Good evening, everyone. My name is Frank Crocker. I'm a captain with the Charlottesville Fire Department. You have to excuse me, I'm just getting over the flu. But today I wanted to talk to you about a community risk reduction plan for Midway Manor in Charlottesville, Virginia. A lot of you probably know where Midway Manor is or have walked by it once or twice on your way to the downtown mall. Midway Manor is a 98 unit apartment complex for low income seniors, and individuals with limited mobility. When I talk about this community risk reduction plan, I talk about a couple problems that I've noticed with this building. It's 4 stories, it has an elevator, and some of the challenges we've had with this building are kitchen fires and evacuation procedures when it comes to evacuating for fire alarms or fires. So the purpose of this community risk reduction plan is essentially to help mitigate the issues surrounding those two. First, the kitchen fires. Our department data shows that we've had at least 5 fires at this building within the last 2 years. Each of those is taxing on our department, not only because of the population of this 4-story complex, but our minimum staffing for our engines and ladder trucks is minimal at 3 apiece. We only have 3 fire stations, and we have 4 engines and 2 ladder trucks every day. So that gives you a limited amount of people to work with this situation and help evacuate folks, as well as putting out the fire. So one of the things we're looking at to try to work with management of this building, possibly to get, they're called stovetop fire stop devices. They install right above the stove, and they're pretty much a mini extinguisher system. They only go off when they reach a certain temperature, so it's not like if you're just cooking a regular dinner that they're going to go off. They only go off in instances where they get over the temperature, and they take care of the issue right there on the stove, which is cost effective for property management because it keeps damage to a minimum. Unlike a sprinkler system, which would probably damage the entire kitchen, and that would have to be replaced due to water damage. It could also damage apartments below. These are limited to the area affected by the fire on the stove. They're fairly cost effective. I think $60 for a pair, and you got to have 2 for each stove. Above each stove, you got to have 2. That comes out to about, for this 98 unit apartment, 196 canisters at around $6,000 total. A significant amount of money, but something that is worth the investment. First, we have gotten grants in the past with our community risk reduction department for these and other buildings within the city, so we're going to work to try to get those again. If that doesn't work out, we're going to work on getting maybe a line item budget in our own budget. And then ultimately, once the management of this apartment complex has realized how much this might save them in the long run, if there is to be another kitchen fire, that they might continue to invest in these as they need to be replaced. Our other challenge, our other problem here at this building is the evacuation procedures for when fires happen or alarm activations happen. For these seniors, limited mobility, it can be very challenging in a 4-story building. We've responded to, with our fire department data shows that we've responded to this building 322 times. 212 of those were EMS related calls, 24 were fire alarms, and like I said earlier, 5 were fires. So right there's 29 instances where this building has had to be evacuated for either a fire alarm or a fire. Well, firsthand experience responding to this location in the past, we've noticed that it takes it's a heavy lift to try to get these folks in an orderly fashion, safe fashion out of this building. So we want to work together with our community risk reduction, the staff there at Midway Manor, and our own operations personnel to come up with some evacuation procedures, some personal plans for individuals that are most limited in their mobility. And I think with all hands on deck and everyone coming together, we can make this a reality. And we'll look at some benchmark times each time we do this. When we have a fire, basically a fire drill like you did in school, but this will be a fire drill for an apartment complex. We'll track the times. We'll see where we're weak. We'll see where there are bottlenecks, where folks are having issues exiting the building. And each time we do this, we're going to get better and better at it. So hopefully, through both of those projects, we can mitigate the challenges that we've seen here at Midway Manor. And at the end of the day, we can make it a more safer environment for these elderly folks in this building. I appreciate you today wanting to hear me talk about this plan, and I hope it moves forward and it comes to fruition. Now, I do have a little bit of time today that I can take your questions. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask, and I'm happy to answer. And if not, again, Captain Frank Crocker with the Charlottesville Fire Department, and I thank you for your time.